Ojiokwe is here with stories trending around the world. Hello, Genix.
Yes, I've been here. Good morning, Dr. Patti. How are you?
I'm good.
Do you remember we used to do the wave before, and then we did the shake, and now it's the fist bump? How are you this morning?
I'm good. Good.
I hope Sunday is watching. Yeah, but yeah, that's how.
What, you want the fist bump too? Why not?
No.
Go ahead. No. It's fine. No. Come on. Rufai, come on. Well, all right. Good morning, Rufai.
Anyway, okay, what do you have for us?
Stories. Let's begin what's trending. Some Nigerians have reacted to Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, Matthew Kuka, who on Sunday said God did not make a mistake in making Nigeria one nation with diversity. The bishop appealed to Nigerians during the celebration to mark his 45th anniversary as a priest and 10 years as bishop of the Sokoto Diocese to continue to be proud of the country at all times. The bishop, who on several occasions expressed his belief that Nigeria should remain as one nation, said that God did not make a mistake for making us a nation of diverse cultures, religions, and ethnicities. Let's take some reactions. One user wrote, God did not create Nigeria. Britain did. God doesn't create unjust societies, oppression, robbery, corruption, slavery, etc. Thus, Nigeria, as established by Britain and inherited by the elites in 1960, cannot be of God. Nigeria was inherited by the elites, not created by the people. Well, another user wrote, God did not make a mistake with European diversity, yet they are divided into smaller countries. God did not make a mistake in America's diversity, yet they are self-governed through states and not this fraudulent federation that has done us more harm than good. Over to you, Rufai.
So for the very first time, when you look at that speech about God creating, us to be one big happy nation, there are many sides to history to this. A lot of people will say, oh yeah, it's a British contraption. There were no borders along the line and all of that. But for me, I like to ask, what's the best you can do out of what we have? And I think that's the thrust of the conversation. The creation of Nigeria, yes, there are many historical sides to it, but the thrust of the conversation, how can we make it better? Because indeed, the diversity is supposed to be our strength.
It is our strength.
Across the 923,000 square kilometers of land, we should be able to use the diversity to bolster the national heritage we have and use it for greater things. But what is causing the problem as we speak? The unfairness across board. And why do we have that level of unfairness? Because of some group of politicians, just like we're seeing now, that try to scuttle the electoral bill.
Absolutely.
That is about them alone. Just like some group of politicians that scuttle the 63 Constitution with their bickerings among themselves in the Western region. Once we can take that out, then Nigeria starts to find the price of place. Secondly, a constitution that is fair for all, that the people can unanimously agree on, which a lot of people have posited, that goes in tandem with the 63 Constitution, which some people will also argue that, yes, wasn't far-reaching enough because we had the case of the Willings Report in 57 about the minority groups that felt left out. So there are many different strands to it. It's convoluted. It's like a case of concentric cycles. But the most important thing is, if we genuinely get good leadership, a lot of Nigerians can be proud of their country again. If we get a good political class, a lot of Nigerians can be proud of their country again. And that's why we encourage people, well-meaning Nigerians, to also go into the political terrain. Because you can't keep saying, yeah, the country is divided and all of that, and be armchair critics without going into the political terrain. A lot of people will say, Rufai, you know the entry barrier is high and things like that, there are problems. Maybe just one day, Nigeria might be like a country like Chile that had a 35-year-old voted in as president because the people were tired of the right government and they voted in the leftists. Maybe it might be the case with Emmanuel Macron. Some will argue with me and say, Rufai, that's not the case now because the culture doesn't permit it. But we forget that we're a work in progress. Some years back, a lot of people thought we will never ever have democracy in the first place. But we are 21 years on in democracy. Is it perfect? No, there are challenges. But in the life of every nation, a nation goes through phases. Nigeria is going through that. But most importantly, we can be that strong, one united nation despite our challenges. But we have to have the courage to keep working on it. Because no nation, and I repeat, no nation on earth, even America, as some people claim, has it easy.
Right. Dr.
Okay,
Matt.
I think the matter is like this. Father or Bishop now, as he is known, Matthew Hassan Kukah, was speaking on the occasion of the 45th anniversary of his ordination as a Catholic priest and the 10th anniversary of his consecration as Bishop of Sokoto Diocese. So first, congratulations to him.
Yes.
As a priest, he has shown that he's a prophetic priest. He's a committed man of action. He has earned his pause as a public intellectual and as a patriot and as a man who is committed to the remaking of Nigeria for the good of the greatest majority, as Jeremy Bentham propounded in his theory of utilitarianism, what is the best thing for society, and how in this particular case you can use religion, you can use the pulpit also to promote the interests of the people. So Father Matthew Hassan Kukah stands in a special class in that regard. So he deserves congratulations. His major message, beyond the one that you have highlighted, is that God is about to do something positive, special in the lives of Nigerians. And he also argued that God does not make mistakes. Okay? Where you can understand where he's coming from. At the heart of Christian eschatology is this belief, optimism, faith. You know, Christians always believe that tomorrow will be better than today, okay? So in that regard, the optimism, the patriotism that he has expressed is very critical of government. But on every occasion, you know, he expresses that Christian optimism. After all, when I talk about Christian eschatology, we're talking about the fact that Christians are told to always look to the afterlife, to heaven, to something that waits for you tomorrow. Or if there is no optimism, there will be no Christianity. But let me now go to the point about Bishop Kukah commenting on Nigeria's diversity, that God did not make a mistake. Okay, as a priest, he will believe that, yes, anything that God does is the best.
Perfect, yeah.
Okay? After all, from creation to the present, God is omnipresent, omniprescient, omniscience, and all of that. So all of this is within that province. However, I think it's important to comment on the God factor in Nigeria's trajectory. And that's what that gentleman was referring to when he said, look, God did not create Nigeria, the British did. And my comment with regard to that is that, one, we always like to blame the outsider in Nigerian history. We say, oh, the British did this, the British did that. No. I think we should get to a point where we do not, and we must stop blaming the outsider. Nigeria's amalgamation was 1914, right? Before then, we were disparate nationalities, over 400, as Professor Onigbo Otite has argued on his book on ethnicity in Nigeria. Okay, what have we done with it since we got independence in 1960? What kind of leadership have we had? So nobody should blame God. Father Kukah may be excused for saying, no, God does everything because he knows it all. But man, the man called Nigeria, that Homo sapien that goes about as a Nigerian, what has he done with what God has done? And in that regard, I recall a famous essay by Father George Ewusani. He used to be deputy to Father Matthew Hassan Kukah when both of them were Secretary General of the Catholic Secretariat and Deputy Secretary General. Father George Ewusani wrote a famous essay, I think it's in his next book, which I had the privilege of writing the foreword to. He said, look, Nigerians should stop blaming God for problems. Because when they killed MK Abiola, after the 1993 general elections, General Abdul Salami Abubakar, who is now a leading champion for peace and stability in Nigeria, when he made a statement, he said it was an act of God. So Father Ihusane wrote an essay, a famous essay, saying Nigerians should stop blaming God, because God, the God that he worships, is a God that does only the right thing. Here in Nigeria, people are always looking for excuses. So let them not misinterpret Father Kukah to say that, oh, God created this diversity that is giving us problems. The problem is the Nigerian himself. How he has mismanaged that diversity, how the average Nigerian has not been able to build strength, unity, progress, stability, cooperation from this diversity. Because diversity, another word you can use for it is pluralism. Another word you can use for it is the multiculturalism that we have in Nigeria. That's what we have mismanaged, because that diversity is supposed to be a source of strength. That's why the old national anthem, I guess, was talking about unity in diversity. Do we have that unity in diversity? Have we made use of our multiculturalism, our pluralism? That should be a source of advantage. These, I think, are some of the ideational fallouts of Father Kukah's statement. Congratulations to him. 45 years as a priest. It's not easy. Yes. 10 years as a bishop in Sokoto, where he was once declared a persona non grata with the support of the federal government. It's not easy. We wish him many more years as a man of the cassock and as a public intellectual.
Absolutely. I love it when these pastors or men of God, lend their voice for positive change. Well, on the flip side, let's take a video of a pastor who gave a sermon condemning all football players to hell. In this video, the pastor said even a footballer who dies in the field will go straight to hell. Let's take a look.
Anybody that die as a football star shall go to hell. Write it down. I'm not forcing you to believe me. Just hear and keep it. I'm not forcing you to believe. If your child here becomes star in ball, your brother becomes star in ball, automatic certificate to hell.
I believe this is the second time we are taking a story from this woman. What did you call her again the last time? What was her?
There are many of these videos making the rounds, and you have many examples like this of persons who preach the gospel, the doctrine, and who just turn the gospel or the doctrine on its head. And I think that this particular lady is a perfect exemplification of the abuse of the pulpit. She says people will go to hell if they play football. Well, we have many superstars today. I won't join anybody to say that Ronaldo or Ronaldinho or Mohamed Salah or anybody that is involved in football will go to hell. I don't think so. I don't believe so. Although when we were young, our parents used to tell us, oh, you were sent to school to go and score the best grades. You were not there to score, to go and be the best person in sports. But today, we all encourage our children to play football.
Absolutely.
Because it's a very distinguished profession. The moral, statement that she was making, that if you play football, you will go to hell, defeats the purpose of the dignity of labor. And it's not been proven by the facts. And, I studied the Bible, okay? There's no way in the Bible where it is said that footballing is a sin. So, but the message to people who listen to this, some of these preachers, is to beware. That's the caveat emptor. Beware. You can go to church, anybody can grab the microphone and say what they like. Either the ones, the uninformed ones, linking 5G to COVID-19, or making some other outlandish statements abusing the platform. But you are the person who has a relationship with your God. The Bible, the Holy Book, is available for everybody to read.
Yeah.
So if you have your own sense, you can read it. You don't need to rely on the excitement, the enthusiasm, the hyperbole, of pastors or what do they call them again? Mommy Gio or Daddy Gio.
Mommy, that was what I was trying to find out, Mommy Gio.
Or the general overseer, as it were.
This Mommy Gio, I mean, what
Just
was
be
she
careful.
trying to promote here? I mean, I'm not 100% religious like you are or Dr. Abati is, but I know that they say that when you want to know about God, he only preaches love and not condemnation.
Yeah, you're correct, Oji.
Right?
You're correct. Safe to call you Pastor Oji. You see,
Thank you.
You're correct. You know why? You see, she herself should go and fight for her salvation. I know maybe she is going to make heaven.
I mean,
rather than pointing other people that they're not going to make heaven. So for me, my advice for her is, you better fight for your own salvation first.
Unfair.
Make heaven first before you complain about another footballer not making heaven. But Oji, let me tell you something. See, I'm noticing a new trend on social media. There are a lot of people dealing with psychosis that call themselves prophets. It's true, this thing I'm saying. And you see, it's because we don't have enough psychologists in the country. Like you said, 100 psychologists last time. People are dealing with midlife crisis, high level of psychosis, but they're
Hallucination.
Hallucination. But they're going online and they're becoming prophets and they're prophesying into the lives of people and misleading people.
It's unfair.
They are Oji.
Isn't there a law
I have
behind
over
this,
6
Dr.
cases of people with depressive psychotic disorders that we have sent to meet psychologists, but now they are prophets on Instagram. Let's be careful. I'm not joking. I might be laughing, but I'm not joking.
It's unfair.
Psychotic disorder. In fact, the doctors have said, come and start taking your drugs. But she said she's found her calling in ministry, and she's the one counseling others. Psychotic disorder.
Something needs
Let's
to
be
done.
careful. Up to the level of bipolar, a lot of them are on Instagram. I'm serious. It's
Well
not a
said,
joking matter.
Rufai. Well,
We
all
have a
right.
ticking time bomb on our hands.
Absolutely. Well said, Rufai. We'll take our final story, highlighting 18-year-old Shatu Garko, who last Friday became the first Northerner to win the Miss Nigeria beauty pageant. Shatu Garko hails from Kano State and represented the Northwest geopolitical zone at the competition, where she defeated 17 other contestants at the grand finale. Her emergence makes her the first hijab model and the youngest contestant to win the pageant since its debut edition took place in 1957. Garko, who is also said to be the first Muslim to win the pageant, got the support of her mother to enter the competition. She walked away with 10 million naira cash prize, as well as a one-year residency at a luxury apartment and a brand new car.
Miss Nigeria is no other than a girl on stage. No other than a girl smiling, a girl nervous. Exactly. They're all queens. Give it up for Shatu Garko.
Well, congratulations to Shatu. I've been dying to take her story. I mean, what does her emergence mean? The first Muslim to win Miss Nigeria.
Well, congratulations to her, but I'm a bit uncomfortable with the way she's been mischaracterized.
Okay.
The characterization, she's been pigeonholed. Oh, the first Hausa lady to become Miss Nigeria, even if that is historical, that's not the story. They will say the first hijab. What is the first hijab Nigerian to become a Muslim? You know, so I find that a bit odd, and I think that the reporting is a bit slanted in a, what's the word now? In a manner that does not put the fact as it is.
Overly patronizing.
Yes, this is a beautiful woman, 18-year-old, who took part in a beauty pageant, and then she emerged. The youngest. I would rather prefer the emphasis on the fact that this is the youngest Nigerian to emerge. But all that talk about hijab beauty queen, the first Hausa to be beauty queen, there are beautiful women everywhere. When I went to Auchi, I said, you won't believe, the only thing I learned was Uma Toto, hey Toto. And we were told that
Dr. Bati. No,
when I was in Benin, the only thing I left Benin with was, oh Yaleke.
Dr. Abbas,
And when I was in the north, you know, I learned
Yari end the show.
Yes.
You know, so we should place emphasis on, you know, what is beautiful.
But Dr. Abbas,
rather than all this,
why.
she's Muslim, she's Hausa,
I'll tell you
she's
why.
hijab.
It's because it's a rarity. That is why they're
What is rare? There are very beautiful women in every part of Nigeria.
Because, I mean, I think we also had the first hijab wearing supermodel that emerged, I believe, 2 years ago. And it was such a big deal. We love to see diversity like that. It is about the inclusion, and that's why we are highlighting
Well,
it.
congratulations to her. She won on merit.
Yes, she did. She's beautiful. Rufai, a quick comment from you before we wrap up the show quickly.
And I hope she uses her position to campaign for social causes that will make society better, which I know she'll do.
Well, all right. That's all I have for you on What's Trending today. I'll see you tomorrow.